It's a very short experience I had, or it can be told very quickly. I'll put it that way. What happens in my recent experiences have been a lot of well, some of them have been connections with the whole and the new guide type of thing. I'll just say that as a key word, you know. Nonetheless, there was a dream I had that was with children. And recently in our family, we had the birth of a child on December 30th, a niece. And she, I found I was with her, or my impression was that I was with her, a couple of female children. And on that side of my family there, they have two female children. And there's also one male child. But because the two girls are the mothers of that come from my side of the family, so there's a connection. And in any case, I was aware of being with the children and like educating them and sharing, connecting, whatever. And I had an experience or a sense that Light C was with them or with this one girl. And my impression was of that, Light C. And this subconsciously, let's say, because I have had to relate Light C to that particular realm. And he, we were with the children, and then we were aware of the mother, who I know is a Christian, Catholic, very, very serious about it, we'll say, believing it. And so she basically, we had to watch out and be a little bit be aware that when she was going to start to come around the presence, because she would be resistant to this and challenge, you know, like that. You know, not violently, but just not in agreement with it. And so basically at that point, I began to depart. And I had this presence or awareness of this experience with the children, and that they were aware of it. That they were aware of their parents and their, you know, of this. Just, you know, in just whatever way you might say, it might be subconscious. It doesn't matter. Making a lot of words for the awareness that the children have, that they are being, that there is this resistance and block to and challenge of this real awareness and the real side. So it's rather curious, and I know I related this to the indigo children, or we have from time to time these children that are, many of them appear to be autistic or other types of frameworks like that, or they're accused of not having good attention skills, or unable to learn, or having difficulties with languages and so forth, with wording. And in fact, really, it's a movement that's 15 years, I don't know, 20 years, it's been spoken of. And I'm very aware that these children that are being born are aware of the whole faux pas of this, you know, whatever you want to call it, the, you know, the whole alienation, and, you know, all the thousand words you could call this thing that's going on. And they want to break free of the old conditioning and the past life arrangements. At the same time, they're going back and they are being born into families and people who will continue to support that kind of conditioning, training, education model, etc. And so I'm had this experience to just present that, and the awareness that the new guides were on the field here with this and them and the children. And I guess I'll just relate it once more, one way, other way, not too important, but a person like Jackson Brown, I heard do a lot of these musicians are doing music from home, and this was for some project they have in Los Angeles by Cyndi Lauper, who they call it True Colors, and they're producing music in keeping with the object of taking care of the children, especially in this particular condition that everybody's experiencing, and in particular in LA County, which I think is, let's say, is a focal point, Hollywood and California, et cetera. At this moment, it's supposedly, what the news says, whatever, true or not, critical situation. So that's what I wanted to share about it, and how the new guides and the whole new you totality is present and very, very important in the whole connection of this. And I think I was getting that experience because partially I also have this feeling of this wholeness that I have been letting go of, the personal self, letting go of a whole bunch of all these things like Christmas and New Year's and, the holidays, which is a timing framework that they're using continually to keep everybody in the old traditional mind and framework and spiritual, scientific, whatever, conditioning and orientation. So anyway, I want to thank Val and everybody also, if I could, just really, and Duane and Kevin. I appreciate all the stuff that you all are doing. So I'm with that. Here I am. Thank you.
Yeah, the children are coming back as whatever we call them, indigo or something. But look at all the past 100 years and how, especially the American Indian children, were raised with nature, and now each forthcoming generation is getting away from nature more and more. So there may be some kind of backlash with these indigo. They just have had it. Some of these kids or beings have see what's going on, so they're back. They're doing something, coming through with an intent to wake up instead of going more and more into unawareness.
Yeah, that was good, Peter. Yes, the reference is the children, because the adults are fossilized, of course, and so they have to deal with themselves. But the children are there, and yes, of course, they want to program and indoctrinate the children. And so this is where each one of us step up and create something. You mentioning Hollywood and all that. Yeah, well, I would take that with a grain of salt or be wary of that, because, again, these people are paid to promote subliminals and all kinds of stuff, etc. And anything that becomes popular, be wary of it. Like Greta and all this nonsense that's been going on. It's the same nonsense. So, again, this is where we each take on the task of and the challenge of starting a new position that makes sense with what's going on here. So you're being shown certain things, but you're the decider. You decide what to do with it. So it's not a matter of sitting around and waiting because the earth is dying every moment. It's a matter of stepping up and doing something real. And so, again, I don't really look to the outside world and what they're doing. The movie stars, the political scene or whatever, I'm not concerned, because most of it is, if not all of it, is deception. I do something like we're doing right here. this becomes very, very real, and it's a real, unique opportunity, a wonderful opportunity to be creative and to be real and to get all the nonsense out of ourselves that doesn't matter because so much is going on. So I see that as an opportunity for you, Peter, to get going with something that makes sense. And yeah, it's a big challenge, and it's going to take you the rest of your life until you drop and pass over. So that's what you're going to take with you because, etc. But most people have their personal life first. They want to save themselves, etc. Well, that is not what life is about. Life is about awareness and becoming aware and standing real with what is all aware. And that's the isness of life. That's what we call it. Doesn't matter. And so I always see that when people have experiences objectively, they have an opportunity, but they don't always see it themselves. They just think, oh, the real guys are doing this and that and whatever. No, they're showing you what's possible. And so if there's ways to present something, and again, we're starting with the simplest thing, which is the natural environment that's being destroyed here. So yes, always another opportunity to do something for myself. No matter how much I do, I see that I don't do enough. There's always something else. So I don't even consider myself, I just keep doing and doing.
Thank you for listening to this video. And if you want to hear more, subscribe to my channel to find further recordings and to keep you updated with all the latest new presentation videos. Duane, the great writer, is making himself available for those who want to know more and see more and be more than just having another ordinary, unaware life on this purposely poisoned planet. Create your new session with Duane, the great writer, and discuss any topic you like. Here are some examples to discuss: personal, financial, relationships, dreams, government, 5G, GMO, chemtrails, vaccines, HARP, military, secret service, spying, subliminal taplining, conspiracy, angels, gods, fairies, ghosts, aliens, reptilians, religious, spiritual, governments, monarchy, and anything that pertains to what you are experiencing in this creation bubble, and also the real universes of real freedom. Learn to get your own answers. New sessions start at 30 minutes at $1, $1 into PayPal a minute, and can be as much time as needed. And yes, the way Duane writes his new words refers to something more than what is known here, and this is where you decide to recognize what is real now with all life, or continue on as you have with just another personal life in an aging body form. Contact Kevin Smith UK and Dean Val USA on Facebook and YouTube. Additionally, an official new presentation club is now available. The New Awareness Club, membership to which is $1 per month through PayPal. Click on the New Awareness website link below the description of this video, and from there navigate to the forum site and register there, which serves as a home base for the club.